What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Tatiana. When it comes to Instagram content creation for your business, in order to be able to transform your Instagram feed from this to this, you need to follow these steps. The steps that I'm going to share with you in this video, we are using for our clients to transform their Instagram feed to a selling Instagram feed, whether they're selling physical products or their services. The workflow that I'm going to be sharing with you is going to be suitable for every business owner or coach or creators. Whether you are selling cosmetics, jewelry, by the way, I made a video on the jewelry topic, go ahead and check it, or any kind of physical products and you're using Instagram as a platform to sell your physical products, this workflow will work for sure. If you're a coach or if you're a creator and you're selling your services on Instagram, whether you're a sport coach, consultant, nutritionist, any kind of coach, this is gonna be suitable as well. And if you are selling any kind of digital products such as courses or eBooks. The content on Instagram is the key. When you produce not high quality content, your products won't be selling. The number one thing that you need to focus on Instagram is producing high quality content, and I'm going to be sharing with you the strategy, the workflow that we use at By Social Mafia for our business clients. And let's start with the step number one. In the first step, we are asking a lot of questions of our clients in order to be able to understand where their brand is standing. This includes the brand image, the colors, the fonts, the product specifications, the personal preferences, as well as the target audience. The target audience is the most crucial part in the first step. But since you're doing it by yourself, I highly recommend you to grab a pen and a paper and to write all the insights that you're going to find out about your brand on a piece of paper, that you have overall picture of where you're standing and where you want to be standing in order to be able to compete with the really high competition on Instagram. Let's say you already have a logo, your brand colors, your fonts, but you don't know much about your target audience. This is really important to understand who you are targeting and who is your ideal client. I already made a video on this topic, guys. Go ahead and check it before you continue watching this video. But the main point here is to understand what your audience is liking to see. Well, first of all, how to find this out can be your website. If you're using Google Analytics, go ahead and check their age, their interest, their gender. The second thing is, of course, to check your social media platforms, to go to insights on your Instagram and find out where these people are coming from, how old are they, whether they're female or male mainly, and stuff like this. The other source of getting this insight is go to your following base, basically checking people who are already following you and study their profiles. Try to understand what they're interested in, what kind of stuff they're posting on Instagram feed as well as on stories. And the other part, of course, is going to be very interesting for you to do is to run a questionnaire on Instagram stories or any other source. Just try to understand what kind of problems are bothering your clients, your ideal clients, what kind of content they would like to see on your page. All this information is really crucial before you start tailoring the feed for your Instagram account. Without knowing your audience, you're missing really a lot. Let me give you an example. Let's say you find out through questionnaires, for some of the sources of analysis of your website, of your social media channels, you find out that your main audience are the moms that are interested in healthy lifestyle. They are between the age 28 and 45, and they are interested in healthy lifestyle, sport, and stuff like this. You already start to understand what kind of content they would appreciate on your Instagram page, because your content should not be all about yourself or all about your products or services that you're selling. It should bring the value to your target audience and solve their problems. And in that way, you're not going to sell anymore just a service or just a product, but you're going to sell the solution. Step two, this is my favorite part. So now please stop here and go and grab your pen if you didn't yet, and a piece of paper, because we're going to play a small game. I'm going to ask you several questions. I'm going to show you on this video two pictures, and you need to write on the paper which one more resonates with yourself and with your brand. So first, minimal or busy? Question two, pastel or more colorful? Dark or light? Text layovers or no text layovers? And the last question, warm or cold? So now once you wrote everything down, you already start to see a picture that we're going later implement into the reality of your stunning Instagram feed. Step number 3, after you have gathered all this information and already have a picture how you and your ideal clients would like to see your future Instagram feed, it's time to study your competitors. It's time to understand what kind of post and content is trending within your niche. I highly recommend you to find at least 10 competitors on Instagram that are successful, what kind of content they publish, what kind of content get the most engagement from the audience. And of course, if you find a really cool idea, save it into your camera roll, just make a screenshot or save it with the saving button within the Instagram app. I like to create separate folders so that later on I have can easily access and find the content that I would like to re-implement and reproduce on my Instagram page. In this step, it's really important to not skip it, but really do, because you will start to understand what kind of content your audience would like to see. Already appreciate it. You already will find a proof that this type of content works really well with your target audience. Step number 4, in this step we're getting to the most creative part, and we are going to create the mood board. Here at By Social Mafia we're using mirror board for creating the mood board, but you can use for the more easiest option, which is Canva. Just type in mood board template on Canva and you'll find tons of already pre-made mood boards on Canva. You can just substitute it with your own images, with your own colors. Here it's really up to you what to include. You already found a lot of information through your competitors, or you have studied something and you find something interesting, include it there, as well as your brand colors and some fonts if you went for the option to put images with text layovers onto your Instagram feed. Here's another suggestion for you guys. Use Pinterest to find some nice images, some ideas. Just write a keyword of the products or services that you're planning to sell and selling on Instagram already, plus such words as aesthetic, minimal, if it corresponds to your brand, or anything like that. And you will find a lot of information, or jewelry photography, or cosmetic photography, cosmetic photo shoots, and stuff like this. There are tons of content on Pinterest. You can really get inspired by other creators and save it into these pictures into your desktop or a camera roll if you're working with your phone, and then upload it on your mood board. The step number 5, after you have created mood board and you can already start to understand how your overall feed is going to look like, what kind of colors it's going to have, what kind of images, whether it's minimal, busy, dark or warm, you already have an idea. Now it's time to create the feed consisted of the references. What is the references? References is a type of the image that is going to be served for you as an example to re-implement it with your own products or services, or even with yourself if you're promoting and building personal brand on Instagram. So for this, what we need to do is, keeping in mind our mood board, of course, go to Pinterest and use Pinterest as a source to find references. You can use other sources such as Unsplash. Canva has tons of free images, free peak. I'm going to list all these services down below in the description box, so guys, go ahead and check it. And the other source for the references is, of course, your competitors that you studied, and I hope you have saved some images onto the folder so you can re-implement this, because you already found that it's been proved that this type of content really liked and appreciated by your target audience. So once you have collected all these images, upload them on one of the free apps such as Preview or Uno. I recommend you to do it with at least 12 images. So once you upload all these references, pictures, try to mix them up and see how your overall future feed is going to look like. And we are moving to the step number 6, is actually recreating everything that you have collected before. So once you have made your feed consisted of the references pictures, it's time to re-implement it. Whether you decided to do it by yourself or hire a photographer, the reference pictures will help you to not make any mistakes and to not go crazy, because you already know how exactly you want to make your pictures to look on Instagram, keeping in mind the mood board and overall findings that you have done before. Well, if you don't have a budget to hire a photographer, you can of course do it yourself. Even if you don't have a professional equipment, you can really make stunning pictures of your products just using your phones. Try to use the natural light, which is going to be your window light, and as well as if you want to use really nice backdrops, use colored paper for backdrops. I actually made a video on the product photography topic. Go ahead and check it, and the link is going to be in the description box. So you can really do a lot of things even if you have zero budget for the product photography or making the pictures of your products or services. The step 7, in this step, guys, we are going to substitute our actual images with our references images in these apps. If you decide to go for Odom or Preview, just substitute it with the actual images. And if you see that some of the images really require editing, I highly recommend to not apply any kind of crazy filters, because this is not a trend anymore in 2020. Try to use as minimal editing as possible. I normally use Lightroom preset, and there's actually a video on that topic, how to make natural editing using just one app. It's Lightroom mobile, and I highly recommend you just to play around with exposure and the contrast a bit, and the white and black balance, and that's it. If you have some unwanted objects on your pictures, sometimes if you do product photography, you have dust on the image, especially if it's a close-up shot, or I don't know, some unwanted objects that you don't want on this image, you can use app Retouche. It works really simple to remove the object. And if you guys went for also an option with the image with text layover, go ahead and check the video right here. I'm also going to leave the link in the description box, how to make these graphic elements on your images and even animate some text. That's all, guys. I hope this video was useful for you. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, make sure to write it below in the comments, because I create content based on your requests.